What up, what up, what up? We are back and we are DPS tonight. Yay! Hopefully everything goes well. Oh god. Tired again. Oh man.
All right. So, just a reminder, the weak aura says which mark you have, so make sure you have audio on so you can hear because it will tell you. And this fight is honestly just one big mechanics check of can you do the ball properly without messing up for like 6 minutes. And it'll you know, is something we can certainly do if we try our best. So we just need to focus up, stop messing about, get to the right sections, and you know, play good. Forehead.
Yeah, we're on like a pull 110 here. We got to get past step 1 of go to the right zone.
Very true.
But like once we get that first step down, we're gonna be walking a marathon in no time.
Hell yeah.
So, I need to get my buff again, don't I? The 3%.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Make sure you delete your loyalty card too.
Oh.
Before you do it.
My loyalty card.
Yeah, Aster was saying that we had to do that. I'm not.
It's because it like won't let you turn in the quest because like, you already have one of this unique item.
Ooh, platinum.
Oh. Alright, I'm at 6% now.
Alright.
Back.
And then this ready check will be for throwing down consumables and stuff. Oh yeah, and if anybody needs a Vantis, actually I can see who, and it's just me and Pine. So I know to give one to myself, and I'll give one to Pine. So again, as long as we don't mess up the one simple mechanic of taking the ball when you get marked and going to the so it does help if I put the markers down, admittedly.
That does help.
True. Oh.
But seriously, if you don't play with like sound on or something, you can also just look at the chat logs. If you're melee and you see you're getting selected for the ball, just take the few extra seconds to stop DPSing and start going over to where your area should be. It's
yeah, it's really just that simple. And we've been here for longer than any of us would have liked or planned on. So let's get it done. Make sure to use your weapon oils or equivalent because this next ready check will be ready check for pool. Unless anybody has any questions they want to ask.
Ooh. Yeah, can we kill this?
All right. No questions. I'm expecting it to go flawlessly and that everybody has their sound on and is ready to game. Remember, melee always get assigned to the left of where the boss is. The ranged and healers get assigned some of the two further ones. I don't know which. I'm not usually part of that group. And then the tank gets assigned to the right one. So, we got it. Easy peasy. And everyone was ready, so on tanks.
Alright. I don't have a food buff.
Don't stand on too many of your friends with these fire circles here. There's no trash yet to worry about, though. Alright, here's first ball phase. There's going to be like 2 scrap masters and 1 bomb. If you're marked, make sure you're getting to the right zone. If you're not marked, make sure you're dealing with the bombshells. If you have the lightning beam going to you, use it offensive.
I was about to lose it. If we
Make sure
died
we're
there.
taking scrap masters as much as we can. Then they'll jump into melee.
Fire in 3.
Get creek up.
Fire in 3.
Alright, second ball phase is coming up here in a few seconds. Every section is going to have a scrap master now, and there will be 2 bombs that need to be dealt with. The bombs are both kind of near X, so it's X and triangle are going to be the 2 main ones. Make sure we're dealing with the bomb shells. Don't burn trash. Right.
Ooh.
Diamond Scrap Master killed one of our friends.
Fire in 3.
And then third ball phase coming up here.
I think we're gonna have to switch to Ascendants.
Remember, every
Healer
section
Ascendants.
has a Scrap
Rip.
Master. You're targeted with the power coil, use a defensive. Make sure we're dealing with these bombshells. The
Fire in
bombs,
3.
one near diamond, the other one's right under the boss, so we're gonna have to deal with these bombshells and stuff.
Fire in 3. Kick some of these crap masters.
Yeah.
Yep.
We want to get them back into the group. Here's fourth sorting phase. The bombs are near triangle and square. Make sure we're dealing with the bomb shells though. X has one right next to Scrapmaster. Don't burn trash here.
Dead.
Honestly, we got to like the fourth scrap cycle. We did have some recycles go off, which is not what we want to happen. But for a first pull of the night, not as bad as it might have been. What,
I'm
you were
wondering
gonna say
what
something?
happened there.
At the end?
Because it says pineapple hit the other one. I hit the first.
I
So-
hit it right as it exploded, so
Yeah.
it actually counted.
Okay.
Yeah. So definitely some room for improvement, but you know, warm up pool.
Mm.
Don't stand on too many of your friends with these circles, but there's no trash to worry about yet. And then first ball phase. If you're targeted with the power coil, use the
Fire.
defensive.
Poor hyena Sam.
All right, don't burn any
Fire
trash
three.
with these fire circles. Good job. There's no burning trash before the boss does it by himself.
Firing through.
The second ball phase is going to be in 5 seconds. Every section will have a scrap master, and there will be 2 bombs from now on. The bombs are both kind of near triangle, so either X or diamonds
Fire
needs
through.
to get the other one.
Don't light too many fires.
Make sure we're kicking scrap masters. There's a scrap master out at range if someone can kick it. Nice job. All right, third ball phase is going to be in about 4 seconds here. The bombs are near square, and the other one's right under boss, basically, kind of near X. Nice job. Take Scrap Masters when you can. There's one part out at range if someone can kick it. Nice job. Fire circles are coming.
Fire.
Don't burn trash. And then fourth ball phase, if we can get it close to the wall. All right. The bombs are near X and triangle, but they're kind of close to the boss, and there are a lot of bombshells about. So make sure we're dealing with them.
And innervate if one's available. I'm totally tapped.
Oh, okay, we got that. Good.
Fire in 3.
There's lots of scrap masters and stuff up. And then fifth sorting phase coming here.
Cross.
The bombs are near X and near boss. So
Fire.
triangle.
Big bomb.
Here. Oh.
All right, on tanks. Don't stand on too many of your friends. And then first ball phase.
Fire in
The
3.
bomb's like right under boss at diamond.
Don't light these piles.
got this. What? Oh, I didn't have it.
Fire.
All right, second sorting phase is in 3 seconds, which is when the fight really starts, and every section will have a scrap master. Make sure we're dealing with the bombshells and everything. The bombs are near like square and X, and then
Fire in
right
3.
under boss. So diamond has the other one. Remember, if you're getting hypercharged, use a defensive. Use a defensive here. Fire circles. And then it'll be third ball phase in about 3 seconds.
Oh, excuse me. What? Oh.
Keep an undermine clean, yeah, since I can't recall.
Huh. Oh, 2.5 mil. Damn.
Don't stand on too many of your friends. Here's first ball phase. Make sure we are properly dealing with the ads.
Fire in 3.
All right,
Fire.
make sure we're not standing on any trash right now.
Fire in 3.
Oh, that was the wrong button.
Second ball phase is coming up soon. Every section will have a scrap master, and there will be 2 bombs. If you're not up, deal with bombshells. The bombs are near X and square. And then fired. Watch your feet, don't burn anything. Take scrap masters when we can.
Fire in 3.
Woo.
All right, here's third ball
Square.
phase. Use externals on Poon if we can. He'll be taking a lot of damage. Make sure we're dealing with bombshells
Fire on 3.
properly. The bombs are near diamond and kind of triangles the next closest. We can just wipe.
Oh.
Keep an undermine clean, yeah, since, I can't recall.
All right. So the 2 closest to the boss, typically, so like say the boss is between these 2, diamond will typically be hugging this wall, and then blue will be hugging kind of like that wall. And then the same goes, stays true throughout the fight. So like later on, when the boss is over there, X will kind of stay close to the wall. So if you're green, you want to be like coming through the center. And then other than that, just really make sure, you're getting the stuff in your area. But once we get step 1 down, this boss is so dead.
I don't want to do this boss anymore.
All right, don't stand on too many of your friends. And then first ball phase. The bomb is near square.
What's the blow up on?
Honestly, I guess
Die.
there's not really an easy way to wipe. We can just get. Yeah, you know what? Everyone in the fire. We're having a barbecue, and we're the things that are cooking.
Ooh.
Keep an undermine clean, yeah, since, I can't recall.
That one was on Blizzard's end, to be honest.
Did it just blow up on nothing?
It, like, the hitbox didn't really get gripped, but, like, the model of the hitbox did. So that's just a go next angle. Not even worth, really thinking about.
So the part that does need to be thought about there, though, is that there was at least one recycle death. There is no way, under no circumstance, after more than 100 pulls, that there should be any recycle deaths on the first set of bombs. There are more balls than there are scrap masters. There's zero reason why any recycle should ever go off that first set.
That is very accurate. We can do a countdown.
Even if it's not in your area, go get it. Go run over the fucker so it doesn't kill anybody.
Alright, don't stand on too many of your friends. Here's first ball phase. There's only like 2 scrap masters and 1 bomb. And the bomb is right next to boss.
Fire.
Alright. Great first set.
Fire in 3.
Alright, second ball phase is coming up here in a couple seconds. Remember, as soon as you get marked, start heading to your section. Every section will have a scrap master, and there's 2 bombs, one of which is in between X and square, and the other one's between triangle and 9.
Fire in 3.
Still a bomb up. Nice. And now we'll be making our way between X and square if we can get kicks on these far ads.
Fire in 3.
Ayaz.
Third ball phase here. The bombs are both kind of by X and near the boss, so it'll be rough for anyone.
Can we get Sam up, please?
Watch your feet, don't burn trash. We can just die.
Was it mentioned that the flame circles spread from player to player?
Nope.
It does not.
It does. I just ran over 2 people and they got it.
It does like a delay thing
It's
going
always
out.
perfectly delayed.
Yeah, it's
So he does it on like 3 people, like 5 times. So they must have just happened to get the later ones. Because I trust me, I run over enough people to know it doesn't spread. I love touching people.
The timing of it is wild sometimes, though.
I don't feel bad then.
Look, the entire duration of the fire, unless you absolutely need to move, your feet should be planted. If you have to be out of melee for like 2 globals, who cares?
I have to move. The boss has to move. That's the only person that should be moving really.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the boss is just gonna be in the fire, and the balls are gonna have a hard time.
Do a countdown.
Thunder Fury. Yeah.
Alright, first ball set's coming up. Remember, there's only like 2 scrap masters and a bomb, but they all still need to be dealt with properly. The bomb's right under boss, so good luck. And make sure we're dealing with the bombshells.
Firing.
If you're getting hypercharged, use the defensive.
Sorian, can you get up a spot?
Diamond still has the bomb up.
We're dead.
I watched the ball go right into the boss instead of the bomb.
The arrow I had pointed me to the door. That's the one I was going off of. My bad.
I gotcha.
That's my say doesn't even show his at all.
You
Dude.
might be too far.
His
Yeah.
diamond and circle.
Yeah, and he
There is no
Here,
circle,
I'll
but
take
still.
away people's assists again. Right. But yeah, so again, the people who have the marks close to the boss are typically going to be trying to hug the wall. So if you have one of the marks that's on like the opposite side, you can look to cut more through the middle to get your stacks up instead of like going around the outside. And if you run over people while you're going through the middle, sucks to be them, but like, you know.
Oh, good heavens! I turned into a Death Knight boss.
I turned into a demon hunter.
Go, 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 go.
Higher circles. Don't stand on too many of your friends. And then first ball phase. The bomb is between diamond and triangle. Don't burn trash.
Fire in 3.
Brutality, what's going on, man? Thanks so much for the 15
second ball phase
months.
is coming
That's
up. Every
insane.
section will have a scrap master.
How you been? Been a while. Hopefully you're doing well.
One of the bombs is near boss, and the other one is also kind of there. So triangle will probably get the other
Fire
one.
in 3.
Trying to finish this
That was beautiful, Zig.
serration.
Range
Poseidon
take down scrap masters
MD.
as much as we can, and then we're
2
looking
months
to
sub. Tala,
go
thanks
to
so
the
much,
wall.
man. Thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Right. That sounds like you're having fun. Not gonna lie, bro, Tally. I'm doing all right. Doing all right.
Here's third ball phase.
Working to try and get some stuff done, but
Bombs are near X and
you know, things happen.
triangle.
my medication is
three.
super
There's
expensive,
a
which
bombshell
sucks.
right on a scrap master at square though.
But
That was my bad.
you know, we're still
You're fine.
gaming though. We're
We
still
needed
gaming.
to get the
Oh, we're dead.
bombshell off sooner. We can just
But-
wipe. We also had a recycler go off. In
Glad to hear you're
the
doing all right.
It was
second
Other than
set.
yeah.
you know, having
I
fun with
just
some
had to
homework
recycle
stuff.
before you got the
Okay.
wipe as well.
Yeah, we had 2
But-
recycles.
Dude, I have been playing a
Yeah,
lot of
pretty sure we were
Overwatch
X
as
on
of
that
late, though.
Second one didn't go to their spot.
Surprisingly. But you still play retail here, everyone's here. It's yeah. You know, Mythic Plus is actually a lot of fun. Mythic Plus is fun. Rating is okay. Heroic is a good time, you know, when you steamroll all the bosses. Not bad. Like, the actual raid is cool.
Make sure if there's
This prog sucks,
so, like,
though, but
around
is
where
what
the
it
markers
is.
are,
PvP
it's roughly where the scrap masters are going to be spawning.
is a
And
lost
if there's any
cause.
bombshells near scrap
It
masters,
really is,
those are like
unfortunately.
the highest priority bombshells, or else our
But Mythic
friends
Plus
might
is
not
a whole
see
lot of
them,
fun.
and they might try to, you know, properly deal with their
But
scrap
yeah, the
master
game
and end
is,
up rushing into a crab, which means that scrap master not
It's on the
only
way
isn't
out,
getting soaked,
unfortunately.
but also
Unless
the
they
crab
fix it.
got exploded, and then we have one less ball for the boss anyway.
It's
So
not
it's like
doing well.
doubling down on unfortunate circumstances.
They're gonna have to do something big for the Midnight expansion. Or... yeah, I don't know.
Iggy laughs at Iggy?
Oh yeah, I see that.
I don't know. You saw Peekaboo gave up, and I'm like, he gave up on retail. Yeah. He is doing a really good with other games though. Why is that though? What's
Don't
going
stand
on?
Too many of your friends
It's
here.
so, even though Mythic Plus is in a good state, rating isn't bad.
All right,
but
here's first sorting cycle.
I'm not
is
sure
the
how
ball
to
phase.
put it. It's
The
definitely
bomb
it's
is in
got some
between
weird
triangle and diamond.
wall
And there's
points
also scrap
in
master at diamond.
the raids, like weird bosses being like super, like this guy for instance, where mechanics are like the only reason you kill the fight, which is, you know, fine and all, but it's, in my opinion, not really good. You should be able to cheese it in some way, but it is what it is. And then PvP is, I don't even know. PvP feels horrible right now.
Fire.
Like, I'm not sure how to explain it, but like, there's this extreme amount that's going on. There's infinite amount of
Also,
CC
I'm
going
probably gonna
out.
stop
There's also
calling out the,
infinite
like,
amount of damage going
hypercharged
out too.
power
It's
coils,
just,
since I only do it part of the
it
time
doesn't
anyway,
feel good.
And I trust you guys to
there's
the
also
big
like nobody playing either. Like
hypercharged red text on
I'm
your
pretty sure
screen,
less than 1% of the
and
WoW
no use of
population
defensive
is doing
or
PvP
the lightning
content
on your
right
screen.
now.
But careful of trash here.
So that means rating is just brutal. I'm not sure
And then
what the
second
ratings
ball
are looking
phase.
like lately, but I don't think many people
Triangle.
are really over like 2100 or something. Maybe it's like 2500 or something weird. What?
Remember, every section has one. Both bombs have been dealt with.
I was given triangle and didn't
Make
have
sure we're
it.
kicking scrap masters as
That
much
was
as
weird.
we can.
Yeah, it's it's not good. It doesn't help that enhance is absolutely horrible too.
Here's third ball phase.
Didn't think it'd get worse from Dragon. Yeah. Well,
Look to deal with the bombshells near scrap masters.
I mean, it's hard to say. Like,
Fire.
I don't know the best way to say it, to be honest, but yeah. Like, Mythic
There's
Plus
still-
feels good, and rating doesn't feel too bad. Like, the PvE stuff is, you know, better than what it's been in the past. For sure. Like, I could say that with 100% confidence. PvP is... PvP needs an entire rework. It needs an absolute change. I don't know.
Here's fourth ball phase.
But like, I think the game is getting into too much mechanical stuff for both PvP and PvE.
Make sure we're dealing with the
Like,
bombshells
there's
near scrap
there might be too much
masters.
going on to really bring people in. But I don't know what else they could do to really say, here's a better version of it or something, but possibly simplify it. I don't know. Of course, all these
Take scrap
reworks on
masters
class and
as much
specs,
as we
everything is.
can.
Well, yeah.
Don't burn trash here.
I think PvP should be... I don't know. It's really hard to say. I mean, when I play Season of
Ball
Discovery,
phase.
I'm still having fun.
Make sure we're dealing with the bombshells near
Like,
scrap
the
masters.
game is
There's a
significantly
bomb near
easier
triangle and X, the
and
other
more
one's near
straightforward.
Fire.
And then you come into retail and, you know, I do enjoy retail too, but it's a
Use
like a
health stems or
different
anything if you need
enjoyment, I
to.
guess. Not really sure how to
Did you send
explain it. And saying for me to come back for arena, I'm so... Yeah, I wouldn't. Especially if you're gonna play enhancement shaman, don't.
Careful, lots of garbage around the bot.
It's not... It's just, I don't know. Like, I've tried healing,
Alright, sixth ball
and
phase.
I don't know how healers are even playing the game right now. It's so miserable. From my standpoint of what I've tried healing, like,
One bomb
it's
is
just
near
absolutely
diamond, the other one's
miserable.
kinda near triangle.
I don't understand how anybody can
Fire.
deal with that bullcrap.
Help pods if you need them.
Pause subscription until June if I decide to play. That would be so. Sod, I would say if you're gonna play anything
Get
and you
Aster
just
up.
want to stick to one thing, Season of Discovery would be the way to go, and just do PvE. PvP
sure you're
is
taking
absolutely
Grandmasters.
unbalanced in that because it wasn't designed around PvP. Was not designed around PvP,
If we
right?
get all 4 balls big, it's enough to
But
kill the
it is
boss.
fun.
Yeah.
Miserable in Season
All
1, I
balls
can only
should
imagine
focus
how it
on
is now.
getting large,
It's
medium, and then large.
it's
Potentially their
better.
Scrap Master if they're close, and then crushing the boss. We just
It is
need
better.
2 of them at this point to be full size and crash into boss, and then he just has 1% left, and we kill.
But, you know, things are...
Okay. Into boss, into boss.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
fucking
nice.
God.
Good job, everybody.
Oh, it's over.
Hooray.
It's
Man, I was about to
over.
give Melee a fully sick tip for the next pull too. It was just that if you have a taunt, you can taunt the Scrap Masters off of ranged friends, and then they'll slowly walk towards Melee sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, we'll have that for next week.
Thank
Is this week a half spark or is
God.
next week a full spark again?
I think next week's the full spark, because this was a
Ooh.
catalyst week. Yeah,
Sorry.
you know what? You're right, Zig. I take it back.
But yeah, like, I
I've
think
been at the front
PvP
for sure.
just
And the
needs
secret to that kill there was
an
just,
entire
you decided to sacrifice
redesign.
me
I get
and
that.
recycle me at the
Play
very
sod
end.
like in world, some dungeons
I'm
here
like,
and there,
token,
and
good luck,
maybe
man,
some
I'm
world
forward.
PvP just for fun.
Apparently,
I wasn't planning on
I'll
playing
take
sod.
that 25 million
Yeah,
one shot.
I mean, I just play for the dungeons and raids and stuff, right? That's just what I do, and it's fun. I mean, Scarlet Enclave just came out, which is an absolute brand new raid. Like, actually a new raid, which is really cool, and it's been pretty fun. But it's seriously overtuned right now, and it's quite terrifying. But it's a good time. Like, I'm enjoying it. I'm playing two-handed enhance too, which has been fun, and there's special shaman weapons too. Like right now, I'm using the unholy totem, and it's literally just a two-handed totem. Pretty cool. But also, the playstyle is similar to retail, but much more simplified. I use Storm Strike to generate Maelstrom, and I spend the Maelstrom on Lightning Bolt. And then I just keep Lightning Shield active. Yeah, it's called the Unholy Totem. It's a two-handed mace. It has 20 stamina, 98 attack power, and you have an on-hit chance to gain 350 strength, which is,
what did you do?
I believe, equal to 350 attack power or like 700 attack power. I'm not sure.
Jesus Christ.
I think 350. But you also take like 5% increased damage. Oh, I'm dead again. It's pretty cool. But yeah, like the playstyle is super easy, super straightforward. You Storm Strike, you keep your Lightning Shield active because every time you attack, you have a chance to send in a Lightning Shield charge. And then you just spend your Maelstrom on your Lightning Bolt and stuff. And then you just, yeah, that's about it. It's easy, straightforward, simple. And then you shock and stuff. It's cool. And then you come to retail, and it's a whole lot of stuff. So I think they just need to do like this massive prune to retail to bring it down. But it's really hard to say that when the game's been like this for so long. But I don't know. I don't know what they could do to save it at this point.
Was anyone lagging, by the way?
I'll have it after.
Like, I don't think I'll
Gotcha.
ever stop
Logging
playing
in my
this
card.
game.
I don't know if that helps you though.
Everyone got 100 in my book.
Like, I just
That was
enjoy
a bad
World of
pull for me,
Warcraft in
let's not
general.
upload it.
Yeah, honestly, I was thinking the same thing.
But-
Can we delete that
Oh,
one?
shit. Oh, we did.
Aren't like all
But yeah,
our first
it-
kills.
It needs some,
Horrible
it needs some
log
love.
That's typically how it goes.
First kill you ever get is gonna be
Usually is, yeah.
If PvP gets back to somewhat playable state, do
No,
let me
upload
know.
it, I
Until
want
then,
to
I won't
see.
bother playing.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
I'll
can-
keep an eye on as
I
much
can
as
pretty
possible.
easily hold like almost 4 million towards the end of that fight.
You can
and I
also
did nowhere
check
near
out
that
the
this time, and
weekly
I blame
videos,
Hobgoblin for stealing all the
although I
kills.
don't, I've given up on solo shuffle lately.
Jub, how do you respond?
It's just terrible. Like, I think solo shuffle is a great idea, but
He unleashes
the
famine.
community is utterly toxic,
Maintain over par mill that fight.
and it's
Too busy dodging terrorists.
something else.
You see, melee's a
It's
lot
not
easier
fun.
when you have so much health and damage reduction that I can have like 4
Queuing up
fires
for
all that way.
3v3, you're waiting like 3 minutes to find a
Might be part of
match.
the problem.
That's
'cause I might not be
unreal.
noticing I'm hitting people.
like I've never had that issue before, where we're just sitting there waiting for so long. It's like, what?
Are you guys
And we're
ready
not
for
even like
Sprocket
doing
Monger?
rank 1 stuff either, because that's usually where it starts to slow down, as like that rank 1 area. As well, this game played through bad
There's
expansions.
positive and negative
This
charges
feeling this
now,
time is...
and then other than that,
Oh, they do arenas no matter how bad. Yeah,
fight, and the mines
like
are
it's...
like
I'm usually in
charge-coded.
arenas at least, you know, a few times a
Well,
day.
other than that,
But now it's just been like,
basically the same fight.
I don't want to arena.
You know,
I literally just
historically,
like,
the only thing we're better at than
like it's like
personal responsibility,
this
like the
dread
last boss
when I have
is,
to arena. It's like, ugh,
you know, organized positioning
I don't know.
bosses like this one.
Just has not been enjoyable.
Especially splitting into 2 groups.
Yeah, we've never done that on Silken Court before.
I think Silken Court was my most favorite fight.
You're just wrong.
I thought it was fun.
I'm used to Iggy having weird takes, though.
But I mean,
I love the elevator.
the PvE side of things have been a blast.
Everyone's
I've been
favorite
enjoying it.
boss
How's survival
ever is,
performing?
It's experiments.
Oh, you mean
Elevator.
Bitmex? How's
I never said I
Bitmex
liked that
performing? He
elevator.
does well,
Yes, he
as
did.
every season. As every
Adds to the
season.
dungeon.
Overall,
That must have been a meme take. I hate that elevator.
overall, I think it's doing all right. I think it's actually,
very.
I want to
You
say
sounded
A
very convicted
plus
when you said
or
it. You're
A.
like, I love this elevator.
So it is
I think
doing
it adds
good.
so much to the dungeon.
The fucking.
But it's running into a similar
Yeah.
issue that Enhance has,
I hate that entire
where
dungeon. Everything about it.
it
I don't think
can't
there's a redeeming quality in
trade
that dungeon.
blows in melee.
We can do a quick break.
Enhance has a lot more
Iggy does
problems
not
than that,
hold
but
on
it's got
to
a
his
similar
takes for very
issue where
long.
it just can't trade the blows, right?
Oh,
Well,
it's like
Alright,
6
During
months.
the Mythic Plus season when we had it, you were telling us that, and you brought it up more than once.
But I think it's doing all right. Let's check check Dressfire real quick.
What was that? What was that really easy one in Dragonflight? The season 1, Court of Stars.
Oh, I was gonna say Shadowman.
You see, I loved the boat ride in Court of Stars, unironically. The fucking
That's
elevator in
strange.
One of Tides, though?
Yeah, I
The
mean,
elevator is this. The
imagine
boat ride
Enhance
is
being a melee
deranged.
classic character. I know.
To
So
be fair, I've
this is
noticed
BM
sometimes
Hunter.
Iggy has
One of the
jokes he doesn't
top
actually
specs,
believe
and
in
its
just to
highest
annoy me
rating
on
is
various other
2713.
Yeah.
Like,
that is a thing.
the average is 2600.
But unironically. If I say unironically, I'm being
I didn't
real.
realize
I
Enhance
love
was
that
that
boat
low.
ride.
Almost as bad as Frost
Give you
DK.
this. It was pretty cool like the first 3 times.
Holy.
The next 100, not so much.
I
It's
didn't
pretty
like
cool
that the
before it was a
boat took
Mythic Plus.
people at different speeds, and there was just one boat that was,
Wait, what?
for some reason, way longer than the other.
You know what?
Yeah.
I don't mind the boat ride. I just don't know why they didn't remove the singular.
You know,
mob right
Enhance
after you
is
finish the
not
boat
doing
ride
well
that
when
every
Big
group
Dam
of
only
Demon
has
Hunter
5.
Or some sort of CC would skip anyway.
Yes, but have they?
We called the slow boat the night
If only.
He's a shaman that would like
Big
get really
Dam
drunk
only
and
has
he always
5
got the slow boat.
characters.
Rip.
Wasn't it
That's
based
bad.
off of
Where's Saul?
when you like what order you interacted?
Yeah.
Is Saul even playing the game?
I might be wrong, but I feel like it's the last boat is the slow boat too.
I think so.
I don't think
Yeah,
Saul's
it's pretty
playing.
toxic.
What I thought too.
What?
It should be the first boat so that you all get
Oh,
there
he's
at the same
playing.
time.
Is he
Yeah,
just
make the
not
slowpoke
solo
stuff there.
shuffling? He's not solo.
I get to play Demonology on another
He's
fight.
not solo
Let's
shuffling.
go.
What is this one called?
Fight? Hold on, let me pull it up. Why am I playing Demo Sprocket?
Oh.
I was about to ask. Doesn't seem like a demo fight.
It is apparently S tier. That's as high as the tier goes.
This is
I also think my specs from tier lists for sure.
But
I
truthfully,
haven't
like, yeah, what
looked
Zix said, like it's
at
basically
any
the only spec with single target.
ratings. This is the first time I'm looking at actual ratings of people.
Like on bosses with literally no ads, it's just what else? What other options do I have?
If
Gonna
played,
fucking
sorry.
single target AF?
If played absolutely perfectly, it will do almost 100k more than single target AF on this fight. I'll be honest,
200k more?
no, 100k.
200?
I'm looking at it.
I'm looking at it too.
You organized it
2v2
differently
bracket.
than I did then.
I'm rounding up, you're rounding down.
Enhance. I think I'm up here.
Okay,
Where am I?
so 90th percentile demonologies do 2.36 million. 90th percentile
There I am.
single target
42 in the
do
2v2. I'm 36 and 30.
2.226 million.
See?
That's
So
me
yes,
doing
rounded down
twos.
is closer.
Oh, that's funny.
No. Listen,
That's
I
funny.
have a degree in
What about
applied
3v3s?
mathematics.
Like
I think I know
1900.
this.
Regardless of
There I am. Oh, I'm
Warlock spec you
1898.
play, you're equally as bad as an Og Evoker on this fight, so just do whatever.
I've done like 50 arenas.
God bless.
And we're top 50.
Bell, do I
Dude,
have
big
to do a gate on
lawnmower
this
going
fight?
ham. Bro.
Where do you want that?
I don't know how that man's is
so
getting so many games, but
there
I
should be 2 gates.
that's
pulling up the raid plan.
that's a lot of games, my friend. Holy crap. Even Scandals is almost like 1,000.
It's basically like
This guy's got 2,000 games played
to
in
there.
general.
I know, at least for one. And it's the same thing.
That's
kind
a
of on the other side.
lot. That's crazy. What about shuffling? How? How do you guys
I
have
put the
these
raid
many
plan
games played?
in the raid resources channel.
That's 2,200 rounds played. 2,200.
That make me research an entire
What?
manual on positioning that I'm not gonna remember.
If
Healer
it makes you feel
that-
better, most
yeah,
of it's not
like-
that important for melee.
I can understand a healer having that many rounds played because they get insta Qs basically, right? But a DPS?
Melee could just stay on the boss.
That's
For the most
how?
part, yeah. Ranged, however, will so basically, actually, wait 1 second. I have to count something.
4,000? What? This can't be right. This no. You that
Okay, so we have barely enough, but we have enough where the screws will only ever
What?
target ranged. So basically, as ranged, you always pre-move out to bait the screws, and then if it doesn't target you, you can go back with your color buddies.
that's a healer.
Rude.
Okay.
Yep. And then if it does target you, you basically ride the conveyor belt or bait the screws some
How?
other way. But most of the time, the simple
1,500?
answer is you can just ride the conveyor belt.
Eight?
Other
What
than
the
that, the
frig?
weak aura should pop up saying who's
playing?
popping
I
which
think we're
mine
playing.
and do a
What
countdown
the
and
heck,
everything.
dude?
So
2,000.
yeah, and it's important to pop
2,000
them
wins
fast,
and
or else you get some
2,000
bad overlaps
losses.
later with like when tank bombs
Well, I don't.
explode and whatnot.
Considering some of them are 1,500 rating, which I am curious about. How do you have over 4,000 games played? Well, I guess 4,000 rounds played, and like seem to have tanked so much rating. Like, how do you not get frustrated? How do you keep playing? I like. How are you not? I don't get it.
All right, ready? So I can see who's back, and then I will repeat the
Like
ranged
that's
part
crazy,
with the screws.
especially for a DPS spec. Having like 2,200 or sorry 4,000 games played, crazy. All right, man. Take care. Appreciate you stopping by. Have a great night and a great rest of your days. Whenever I see you next. Later, dude. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
All right,
Progging.
everyone's back.
We killed
So, again,
Stixies.
you might have heard this if
We
you were
killed
here
the
during the break timer,
Stixers.
but the screws
Finally.
will only ever target ranged if everyone's alive.
Oh, thank God.
So, as ranged, you should move out to bait the screws every time, but once you've been picked once until like the intermission phase, it won't
Thanks.
pick you again.
It was definitely a
and
relief.
so then you don't have to worry about baiting them anymore.
It was a big relief.
Other than that, there will be like different gates and stuff. If we can get one gate from like, oops, that is not the button. If we can get one gate from like here to here, and then the other gate is from like here to here.
Think you're getting CE this raid? We'll see.
Basically,
I'm not hopeful.
The weak aura is going to be doing lots of
But
stuff in this fight, and it'll pop up.
it could
saying
happen.
To pop mines and stuff. It's important to pop them fast.
Could happen.
because It affects how.
Based on how
things will
Styx
overlap
went,
with the tank
not
bomb blowing
hopeful.
up, which will do a lot of damage.
You never
but
know.
Other than the colors,
Never
and
know.
the slight difference to the mines, it's pretty similar to heroic. I'm throwing down the feast. And then after we eat, I'll do the ready check for pool. But does anyone have any questions while we're eating?
I do.
All right.
Why does the note say 1 M and then healers, and then 1 R and then healers in a different order?
So it's basically just how the weak aura like tries to assign people. For like the M and R are for like melee and ranged, but it'll do like it doesn't really matter, especially because the first set they're all close anyway, because it's this half is the safe half.
Okay. I think that's just something I'll need to see then.
Yeah, I'm expecting this fight to make a lot more sense in like an hour.
Hey,
I don't have the weak aura job. Oh, what were you saying?
All of a sudden, we're in the middle of a big storm, so I don't know if that's causing it.
All good.
It seems like it's back.
So-
It's causing problems. I'll just drop it.
In general, the red stays on the side with red. It's always hugging this right side, right?
Yeah, red's
just match the R's.
Yep, red's always going to be on the right side of the room. Whether like if we're on this right half, red's going to be on this side, and then if we're on the left half, right's going to be like over here. And use like the middle section to bait the screws.
I'll mention this if I recall correctly from when I watched other people do this. We'll find out very shortly whether this is true or not. When we've done this on Heroic, we've gotten real comfortable with spreading all over the platform. You do not want to do that here. When you're assigned your color, you actually want to stay as stacked as you can on either side of the boss to leave more room to take the drills out, to make it easier to control where the mechanics are and things like that. So don't, unlike the last fight, you're allowed to stand on one another here, and it's better if we're closer in.
Yeah, Krieg's exactly right. You want to be stacked right on the boss, whether you're melee or ranged, with your color group the colors will change a few times during the fight. I'm not even gonna dignify that with a different response, Iggy. And this ready check will be for pool, I think, unless someone has something stopping it.
But according to the raid plan, blue's always going to be like on this side of him, and red's going to always be on like this side of him. Not necessarily the platform, but his body.
Yeah, blue's always on the left, and red's always on the right.
Right. Blue on port, and then red on starboard.
Yes.
All right. Looks like we're ready for a countdown. And it's a 50 DKP minus if anyone uses starboard and port.
All right, we're on our way to the bow.
Gotcha on that one.
All right, make sure you're on your color sections. Remember, red is on the right of the boss, blue is on the left. And we want to be as stacked up as possible. And then the weak aura should be assigning people to pop mines.
Oh, it's like Thaddeus. Oh, we're dead.
Oh, replace me. I'm this my internet is fucked right now.
Somebody got too close. Wait, so it kills everyone instead of just the person you touched?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, which is why it's very important to be
They
on
just
the right
said
side.
Thaddeus fight. Let's go. Easy.
Why does Blizzard do this?
It's the main Mythic mechanic. If you can't handle that, you can't do the fight on Mythic. It's that simple.
No, I know that. I'm just like, why would Blizzard add this mechanic again?
Because it's fun and engaging.
They really like their positives and negatives. All right.
Can y'all hear me?
Very faintly.
Yeah.
You're running in place, Screech.
Alright, what about now?
Can hear you better. You're still running in place.
The thing that killed us, the polar catastrophe, meant someone popped in mind that their color would pop.
Oh, I know it was a mechanic on Thaddeus. Shit down, shit down.
That was the only mechanic on Thaddeus.
How's your stuff looking, Teach?
Not good. I don't know if you can even hear me.
Jesus Christ.
We heard that part.
You sound echoey like you're underwater.
My internet is fucked.
You just laughed at yourself too in game.
Man, that one hole launched me into the other hole. I want to live like that and die like that.
Oh!
Boop, 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 boop. In Mythic difficulty, Foot Blasters spawn with posy polarization or negapolarization.
Why do you think they call him
Contact
Sprocket
with
Monker
an opposite
Stock?
polarity
Its full legal name?
for goblin inventions
Sprocket is his
will
title,
trigger a
Lock his last name. He's pretty
Oh,
for Sprockets.
Yeah.
well, ain't
I've
that
also been called a sprocket
snazzy?
monger.
Have you ever guys noticed that this arena is shaped like a ship?
You know what? You're so right. We should use starboard and port.
That's what I'm saying.
Pull the boss aft.
Yeah.
We should Final Fantasy raid so we could do the starboard larboard boss.
Is there actually?
Yeah, he makes you like within like 2 seconds figure out the difference between starboard and larboard and just one shots everybody on that side.
That's funny. I've done the raid that makes you do math, and that one got me killed.
Aren't you a math major?
I didn't know what was happening.
Most people don't with math.
It was just like it just came up randomly, and I was like,
Yeah,
"What
it's
is
like
this?"
some addition and subtraction. It's tough stuff.
Since it was a melee that we lost and not a ranged, we can just try with 19 for a little
Let's
bit since we still
go.
have to see the fight anyway and learn what's going on. So this ready check will be for pull.
I don't think it was just addition of subtraction. I think they were asking me like what a prime number was.
Yeah, one of them is prime
what is-
and one
what
of
is
them
the
is
prime?
divide.
That's fucking crazy.
Ooh.
Yeah, but the thing is the highest number you could go to is 9.
Oh.
So it's pretty
You're not
easy
so
to figure
straight.
out.
Listen, I did all those alliance raids once, and I thought that one was very funny. But you know, the first time you're looking at it, you're like, "What is happening?"
We go.
All right, good for countdown.
Remember, when you're popping mines, you have to pop a mine of your same color. So you may need to pop a mine on the other side. Be careful.
All right, here are the colors. Make sure you're on the right side. Blue, you're on left. Red, you're on right.
Oh god.
Then here are the drills.
Are we not doing
There's still
bombs? Hello?
It looks like I need to move the green marker a little.
That was on me.
Didn't go port, did you?
No, I was starboard, but I was supposed to go port.
No, I was just kidding. I didn't mean I would be right.
And then so range still be like behind the melee clump, but because you have to bait the screws and the boss is on like the center conveyor belt, you can stand a little back so then you don't have to go as far to get to the conveyor belt to bait the screws.
Blah.
And then as someone who hasn't been picked yet for the mines, I don't know if it's actually assigning the like markers on the weak aura appropriately.
I don't think so.
I don't know. I just hear soak 1.
Because, yeah, it told me to soak star. And
Yeah, diamond. Soak
Oh.
1 is what it says to me.
I can see how that's a problem then. I wonder if there's like a bigwig / DBM thing. Yeah, I'll resend the notes.
Yay! Liquid start. What the flying frickety frack attack? We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna boop.
I don't see anything in bigwigs, that's telling people which ones they should be soaking?
That's a whole lot of info.
I'm looking inside the weak aura real quick.
Oh, did you know there's Goblin Wars in Oblivion, apparently?
Oh yeah, that's congrats.
Yeah, they just continuously fight forever because the mobs that are needed to, like, claim the totem or whatever just consistently die or don't respawn, so there's just a never-ending Goblin War in some areas.
Yeah, sorry, and we're using the liquid ones.
Goblins look freaky now. If you ever really look at them.
Love when I really update old models in games and you're like, please go back, this is terrifying.
Dude, the orcs are fucking terrifying to me. Every time I see one, I'm like, oh god damn.
Does one of the healers want to like stream their perspective since they're normally the ones getting picked in this first set, just so I can watch it? Thank you. And then we can do ready check and another pull. All right, everyone's ready. On tanks.
This is awkward. Here we go.
All right, you got marked. Remember, blue's on left, red's on right.
Whoa.
Oh god.
That was our best positive negative yet.
That was actually wild.
Dude, I got knocked in the middle of the thing. That's just funny to watch.
Okay.
Also, there is a thing you can turn on in the weak aura pack that is a map. Let's see. It's under the miscellaneous section. And it's the Foot Blaster overview, I think. Yeah, and then it has like the maps and the traps. And then it'll show all the different marks and who's soaking which one.
I heard Soak Diamond, and then there was just never a mine.
It might not have dropped yet. Like, was it at the last? Wait, never mind. You starts over there. Never mind.
I don't know. Diamond was the first one to spawn in the past 2 pulls.
Yeah.
So again, if anybody wants the map, it's in the Liquid Liberation of Undermine, then under Sprocketmonger near the bottom. There's a miscellaneous section, and then there's the Foot Blaster overview, and then set the load condition. It's currently set to never, and you can just uncheck the box. But yeah, the number of like knockbacks that happened in that pool was insane.
Is that just people colliding?
Yeah.
The boss shifted to one side, and then the red people chased the boss into the blue people. And then I got launched like into another group of other red people.
It was wild to watch.
I think there might have been a red on the blue side and a blue on the red side, because I was standing on the red side and then got knocked back. Like as it spawned.
So everyone should probably try to start on the conveyor belt, going straight into the boss, and then just go to your side.
Yeah. Be very fast about getting to the right side. Well, to the proper side.
I mean, like, the Weaker tells you which side you're gonna be on, like, what, like 5 seconds before it comes out or something? Because I keep getting, like, red incoming, you know, and I'm always red when it happens, so it gives us time.
Yeah, there should be a decent amount of wiggle room to get to the proper side before there's any sort of punishment. So if you have to lose a little bit of uptime at the beginning, especially while you're still, you know, getting used to it and everything, that's okay, because we're still learning. We are a decent amount of progress away from the kill. So it's more important to get the mechanics down properly, and then we can work on actually killing the boss. But with that being said, and whoever wanted to turn on the map probably have done so by now and everything, we can ready check and do next pull and see what goes wrong then.
Let's go.
Everyone's ready on tanks. Alright, so colors are coming out. You've been marked. You have like 4 seconds to get to the proper area. And then here are mines dropping. And it says who's popping which. Nice.
Made it fast.
Watch out for these beams.
That sucks.
Those came out a little faster than I was expecting, to be honest. And then here's where we swap sides.
Oof.
And then I guess before that first beam set goes off, we want to be like closer to. Okay, mark the beam turret. Closer to like there, in between the beam turrets. So then, because the floor is about to go electric, so then it's easy to swap sides.
I pulled up a bot of Liquid doing it since we're using their strat. They move it right to like the two groups being there.
On the very
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like as soon as the bombs are popped, before the beams come out.
So probably on the first tank bomb. I think that's what the chart's looking at.
Makes sense.
Yeah, sounds like it lines up.
Most of the prog on this fight, I think, is like learning where to move him, which is mostly tank responsibility, and figuring out where to do it between tank hits, which can be annoying.
18.
And then when we do go to the other side, it adds us grouping up.
What?
Like it has the boss between these two markers, just because later on this one becomes electrified, and then that way you don't have to worry about moving twice. And then range will use like the middle thing to bait the screws.
Yeah, and it looks like when we make the swap to this side and the second set of mines, it's gonna have someone insta-popping circle. That's what it told me to do.
Alright, everyone's ready? On tanks. Alright, here come colors. You have 4 seconds.
Oh my goodness.
Ow! I think we soaked too fast or something. Also, I finally got what you guys were saying about it saying, like, the voice chat person thing told me to soak triangle.
Told you to soak triangle?
Well, yeah, but it was after stuff had already happened. I think it's not, like, really a thing. It's just trying to, like, see who's still alive and then do it. But if the pool's going properly, I don't think it'll ever be an issue. Iggy, why do you keep laughing at yourself?
I don't know.
I saw, like, some dark clone of you look at you, laugh, and then run away.
Dang.
He's fighting some demons.
Honestly. Alright, on tanks. Alright, colors. Get to your sides. This fight promotes segregation. And then make sure to leave room next to the mines when, like, the person's on the opposite color.
I need to soak Axe. Okay. Ruben just ran over Axe, scared the fucking shit out of me.
And then once beams are gone, we're swapping sides.
Soak square.
Soak square.
I popped early, my bad.
You're good.
Thought it was having me insta-pop
What a
again, but I was
nincompoop! Oh well.
It's really unfortunate when they put a blue mine on the red side. You gotta be really careful. Nobody got knocked back, but there was almost a pile up.
That's why it's so important to stack, to make lanes of movement for people who have to go to opposite sides. The other thing on that attempt, which I'm sure we'll get better at over time, is you can't drop the drills anywhere in the middle of the platform. They have to go to the outside.
Yeah.
Like when we moved the boss to dodge the flame beams there, like I'm not sure how anybody else felt, but there was very little room between the screws and where we needed to stand still.
Screw blues!
Yeah, so it's very important to, like, take the screws out on the conveyor belt, which is why it's recommended for range to, like, pre-move if they haven't been selected yet. And then if you're not actually selected, then you can go back. And then there's always going to be, like, a blue mine here and a red mine there. So if you're blue, make sure you're not too close to that red mine at triangle, and vice versa, because someone has to go and pop it, and they have to do it relatively fast. So, you know, don't screw them over by being in the wrong place. And yeah, like Zick said, if you're ranged, you can step onto the conveyor belts and it will move you out of the screws. Alright, here are colors. Get to the proper sides.
Oh. So the tank is getting a screw up. Oh.
Kill us all at any moment by touching the wrong color bomb and survive.
Ooh. Ah. Ba, 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 ba.
Alright, colors are here. You have 4 seconds. Make sure you're in the proper area. And don't be too close to where the mines are gonna drop. Alright, here are the drills. Remember, if you're ranged, you can pre-bait. And then
Still a red mine that hasn't popped. There it is.
Fuck.
Sorry, I was a little slow getting the third one because I had screw up
Soak
while
moon.
I was needing to pop.
good. And then in the future, I think we need to be between like star and circle for this set.
A little farther to the other side.
Yeah, because then like Red's range players will be using the middle conveyor to bait the screws, so that when this platform becomes electrified, you don't have to like do an extra move. So like you want him to be in the middle of the platform, and then like blue can be over there, then red will be on like the other side.
Yeah, so when you say stack here, like literally people can be standing on top of one another. Like not a 3-yard radius, 5-yard radius, literally stand on top of one another, because some of these things require really precise positions.
Yeah, later on when there's like the big black lasers, there's going to be a point where range have like a tiny amount of space where they need to like drop drills on the thing and then go in as well.
They recommend you do like a L shape for that one, where you like step sideways and then step forward. So you have 2 and then the one in front of it.
But yeah, pixel stacking, very, very important. And it is crucial to this fight, so the sooner we get it down, the better.
Yeah, Creek, get inside of me.
Whoa.
I don't think it needs to be raid time for you to ask him to do that.
Anytime's a good time.
Alright, on tanks.
I blew up two immediately. Like as
I
soon
blew
as
up one
possible.
immediately as well.
Get to the right side. Get to the proper side. I really gotta stop using the word right. And then here are mines.
I have screw up again. I'm supposed to be soaking, but I have screw up. I don't. Alright.
You can soak it while you have screw up, because it'll despawn before we get over there. Again.
Soak Moon.
It changed which one I was in the middle of that.
Yeah, I'm confused.
Because
Oh, that's because people are dying.
started saying soak triangle. I run over there and I see L running over, and then before we even got there, I realized no, I'm now supposed to soak skull.
Yeah, okay, it told me to soak skull too, and I wasn't. That kind of threw me
Because
off.
people
The
died.
first one or the second?
It's probably because I think someone else popped triangle, and so then it was like looking to reassign skull.
No, like both L and I were standing right there, and she's the one that popped triangle. So we hadn't reached the bomb yet when I realized it changed.
I'm assuming something big pops up on your screen when you're supposed to pop a mine, right?
There's a big text thing.
Yeah,
There's
big
a
white text in the
countdown.
middle of your screen.
I have not seen it yet.
It seems to be like trying to kind of assign an order.
Yeah.
Like it always has me popping either the first or the second of the second
Well,
set.
I've been 1, 2, and 4.
Yeah, Steven, by the time we get back to where you would have popped that mine, the screw up will despawn, because they despawn after 3 sets.
And then for the order, the note, the like top left is where it starts trying to assign melee or like the closer mines, and then at the end is when it starts to assign the ranged or like further away mines. And that's only if like the other part of the note where it has like people listed out, if they're not available, whether because they're the wrong color, which is a weird sentence to say, or because they already popped one and have the debuff or something. But yeah, there's like the map to see who's like soaking what, or I think some other ways. But everyone's ready, so we can do a campaign.
I wonder if they built the dragon and jacked their models off of the Arakoa. Damn, they are similar.
If I remember right, they're built off of Incubus.
Oh, even better.
All right, colors are coming out here.
Gotta get him right up in the middle, huh?
Soap Moon.
It's gonna be Reus. Okay.
Yeah, that's weird when it assigns you to soak while you're doing the fucking drills. I don't.
It'll tell you're going to soak like 8 seconds before you actually have to.
All right, so I guess I just head over to that side and do drills and then soak.
Yeah, you'll get like a big text that just says pop now. So you have like quite a long time until it says that.
Okay.
If it does say pop now, feel free to just pop it, even if you have drills, because the drills will despawn.
Alright, on tanks.
Whoops.
Alright, here comes colors.
Okay, that was my fault. 3
You're good.
took so long, I thought it already popped and I missed it, so I ran in. Right as 3 ran in.
Oh, you should just wait for your timer.
Beep boop.
How many ranged are in each color?
One should have 4, I think, and the other one will have 5. Is what it probably will end up being.
Because I think what you were saying earlier, and I'm not seeing all the range do it, and I'm not sure if it's because of bomb assignments or not, is you're assigned your color, so you go to the proper side, but your initial position for ranged is actually standing back right in front of the outer conveyor belt. You stay there until the screw assignments are done. If you're assigned screw, you simply take 1 step backwards and you drop the screws along the conveyor belt. If you're not assigned that, that's where you move in. Like, I think that's the movement, at least for ranged, at least for the first set. We'll see if that's consistent for every set of bombs after that, but
yeah, and then
so
once you've gotten drills, you can just stack with the group.
Yeah, exactly. You drop the drills and you move back in. That's right. I'm not seeing people do that, and I'm not sure if that's because of bomb assignments or we're just not sure yet where to stand.
I think a decent chunk of it is probably just not being sure where to stand yet. But, you know, it'll only go up from here. All right, colors are coming. All right, here are the mines.
boy.
I'm a big fan of this pull.
Whoa, 3.1 million from wow.
Yeah, this is like a very hectic fight, at least for now. Alright, here are the colors. Alright, now where they can move boss. Here are the beams.
Those beams are a lot wider than the towel on the ground.
Yeah, and then now we're swapping sides.
Of that.
Soak square.
Oak Square, huh?
And then blue's on the outside on the
Soak.
left.
Oh, where's the boss going?
Watch the rockets.
Same.
Color switched.
What did I just die to? Yeah, bro. What? I didn't even see it. Damn.
At the end there, was it telling anyone to soak skull or I think it was skull or the yellow star? It told me to soak circle, which wasn't there. I just want to make sure.
Mine said so
messing up.
skull all the way on the end.
Okay. Okay, so it was. Okay. I know we were basically wiping, but I just want to make sure my add-on wasn't messing up. Yeah, cool.
Didn't get the notification that it was streaming. I was like, no. Weird.
Alright, this will
Twitch
probably
has
be
been
the
weird
last pull
lately.
before our last break of the night. Here's a hammer if anyone needs it. Alright, on tanks. Alright, here comes colors. Get to the proper side.
Oh. And we're dead.
Ow!
Oh, break time, I hope.
Damn, that hit me for like 80 million. Jesus Christ.
It does some damage.
You know, it's so much easier when I'm on red side and it gives me the red mine.
I believe it. Here. We'll go ahead and take our last break.
Woohoo! Alright, be right back.
If anyone needs to, like, refresh their memories with, like, the video or anything they need to look at during this time, now's the time.
I'm back. Oh man. Rumble. Did I get a haircut? No. Still really long. I just got it pushed back. I don't think so. I'm just kind of being lazy at the moment. I don't think I really want to grow it back out. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't as nice. Okay. I can do that. Wasn't very fun to take care of and deal with, and my hair sheds a lot, right? So kind of gross. It's everywhere. Prettier with short hair. Boom, boom. We won. Oh. All right. Nope's done.
Harvesting servos engaged. Stay sharp.
My God.
So it helps a lot when I'm talking if I'm unmuted.
Oh, are we ready to
Yeah,
go?
crazy fact. Just found it out. I guess I don't need to ask what was killing you anymore, because, you know. I resent the note though, and because we do have more melee, and I moved Aster and Vigrim to being the last two in the first set of soaks, because, well, assuming it actually did it properly, yeah. But all right, seeing who's back again. Hopefully, everyone.
Wait, so it's gonna tell me where to soak? What?
Yeah, and it'll always be like one of the third or fourth typically, and so it'll. I think it's normally X or Skull. Um. Alright. Everyone's back. I'm throwing down the feast that I definitely did not almost forget to throw down like normal.
Well, I can't hear it. I can barely hear it.
Alright, this ready check will be for pool, so check your weapon oils and everything. Okay, I did forget to include or equivalents that time, and that's on me. But everybody's ready, so on tanks.
Love getting them on that one.
Alright, we have our colors. Make sure you're in the right spot. Huh.
Didn't see that coming.
I didn't see it coming. The note did not do what I wanted it to. Alright, the beams are coming. Watch your feet. Alright, blue, remember to stay on the
Soakstar.
outside as we're going.
Soak.
We didn't soak. Nice job, team. Woo! My forehead's pretty big.
Soak moon. I can. Oh.
You got this.
Alright, changing the note again. Surely this time it'll go as intended.
I don't know who was on blue, but I don't think they ever went to it.
I think that was me because I never saw anything.
I was not expecting it to give me the very first soak of the fight. So, clearly something went wrong with the note. But also, I got to... see. I'm surprised, like, people actually want range to soak that set, but I guess it makes sense. Right. Alright. I can just send it again.
What?
Not
Here's
the
colors.
J-Fire Tom.
Steven, I'm 3 now.
You did it.
Wait, that's still wrong. Because now it's giving Iggy skull.
Oh, I see it! This is the
Oh,
best day of my life.
Alright, then beams. And then we're on the other side. And then blue, make sure you're staying on the outer edge
Soak
as we're
square.
rotating. And then boss needs to be between the two markers.
Soak.
Dodging rockets.
Yeah, watch your backs here.
Same.
Alright,
Same
color
G's.
swapped. It has. Okay.
Magnet.
Oh.
Woo!
Look at that healing boon.
Dang.
That's
your
a
will
big
goes
will of
hard.
necropolis. Jesus.
Oh, it blocked the 187 million hit. Jesus, what the fuck?
That set of screws, did you say to drop them on the middle belt?
No, I didn't say it. I mean, they should have been. I think.
Box. Alright, I need a new mug.
After that, the boss will jump away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we need the other lock gate down. Because that's the one we're gonna be using first.
Can you show me where that is one more time?
Yeah.
There, there.
So basically what happens is once we get through that second phase, so to speak, or set, when he jumps diagonally, you have to lock a diagonally to not get knocked off, and then we basically play the space. We're going to play the half, the platform, where Skull and X are. That's why you take the gate diagonal.
Yeah, in this case, in this first one, the blue group is going to take the knockbacks. They're going to get knocked towards Skull, and the red group are all going to click the gateway.
Yeah, so only red players are the ones who are taking the first lock gate. Blue has to position properly for the knockback, and then for the second gate, it'll be the opposite.
Yeah, then during the transition, basically it'll be like the blue people are on that side of the boss, while the boss is at Skull, and then the red people will be the other side of the boss.
Okay. We'll see how that one does it.
Oh, Jub, you know that none of the officers can read.
Oh. Yeah, if you can, like, to the edge, like on the conveyor.
Like that?
Yeah. And then everyone
new
is ready,
mods.
so on tanks. And we'll see what's wrong with the note this time. Alright, here are colors. Make sure you're on the proper side. And then getting ready to pop mines. It'll go Sam, and then Pine, and then Creek, and then Ned. And then once... And then we can move for the beams. Then we're swapping sides. Blue,
Soak
remember
circle.
to stay on the outer side as we're moving over. And then the boss is going in between orange and yellow, or star and circle.
Does anyone else's FPS just absolutely drop every time the first mines come out?
I would say something, but I'll get yelled at.
Oh.
Iggy's dropped like 40.
If it's dropping to like 15, Iggy, you could say something. If it's dropping to 35, I don't care.
But I think the answer is still yes, pineapples.
Well, at least it's not just me.
Mine has not been.
I don't know if anybody else noticed this or if it's like it for anybody else, but in the note, in the 1M and 1R, it has some of the names as like a different font or font size than the other one. And I don't know why it's triggering me so much, but now that I noticed it, it's just
not mine.
Okay.
Uh.
All right, everyone's ready.
I'm always gonna be second.
All right, team. We're gonna get to the second set of mines flawlessly this time, trust. Here are the colors, make sure you're on the proper side. All right, Vigrim will be starting on diamond.
Wait. Oh. What?
Wait, like the diamond bomb?
You got diamond and you got triangle, Vikram.
Yeah, so
Triangle was mine.
Well, somebody hit diamond before I hit it. That's why I went to.
yeah. Someone saw it was up for a bit and then ran over it.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
You're good.
I can yell. Oh.
I'm dropping another hammer. All right, everyone's ready on tanks.
Let's go.
All right, here comes the colors. Make sure you're on the proper
So
side.
triangle.
The first mine will be Sam on diamond, and then it'll be Sorgel on triangle. And then after it, it'll be Pine on X.
That was weird. Why am I in the first group all of a sudden?
And then the last one will be Iggy on Skull.
You not have a.
Here are the beams.
The fuck?
And then we're swapping sides. Blue, make sure you stay on the outer side, and the boss is going in between a star and circle.
Someone should be getting star.
Yeah, Spess on star.
No, it's. That's incorrect.
Okay, I'm resending the note because I had multiple reports of people saying my order was different. So,
Yeah, what the hell's going on here?
because I don't know what else would be assigning the order, because Bigwigs doesn't have it. I don't have Northern Sky or anything. Like, it should just be Liquid. But it's weird that it's assigning the order differently for different people.
Did you do it with the first set as well? I just thought maybe people were dead.
No, even the first set had it different for different people.
But can you explain the notes? Like, what am I reading?
So, the note basically is just how the weak aura decides who's popping which mine. It'll try to do like the pre-selected people, which are like the 1 M and 1 R and down the list. But then if those people are either the wrong color to pop the mine, or have the debuff from popping a mine recently, or for some other reason can't get the mine, it'll then try to pick other people. And if they're close mines, it'll pick the top left of the like list of names, starting with me. And then if it's further away, it'll pick ranged people, starting with Iggy, and like work backwards, basically. So basically just has to do with verifying that the person can pop the mine because they're the right color or something. I don't know why it's being silly goofy. I guess I resent the note. We can try another poll. If anyone else is like taking clips of the polls and want to send them to me after or something, or I don't know.
Boop. Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, the note doesn't really matter for most people. The map section of the weak aura that I talked about earlier should like show people the right area that they're soaking and everything. And then other than that, it's like the big text on your screen that's saying which mark you're popping and how long until you pop it. Everyone's ready. We can just send it again, since we don't have that long of a raid left anyway. And tonight's still a win because we killed Sticks.
Sticks.
Sticks, bunka chunka.
Alright, here are colors. Make sure you're on the proper side. Alright, here are mines. First will be Sam on diamond, and then it will have Vigram on triangle. And then it'll be Pine on X. And then Iggy will be last on skull. Now careful as we're moving with the boss, and then lasers will be appearing behind us, like on the floor. And then we're gonna be swapping sides. Make sure you don't run into the other color as we're swapping sides, so blue stay on the outside.
Soak square.
And then here are drills.
Soak.
And then there's going to be more floor beams and rockets. And then colors are going to be getting reassigned here in a couple seconds. So you might be a different color.
Switch.
Get to
Switching
your new sides,
polarities.
and then there are more mines.
Ooh.
Right, who didn't swap sides and killed like 4 blue people?
Oof.
I'll be honest, I wasn't watching that part very closely. So I'll see it in the VOD. And then Hubjub or Praxer are going to be getting these like far mines around that time, and they might need like an external or like either bark or cocoon or sack or something.
I was wondering why it was making me go all the way over there. I'm like, oh, it must be the assignment. I'm like, to go.
Yeah.
But it makes sense.
Yeah.
Then I can just like blink back or whatever.
Exactly. Like alter whatever stuff. Mage mobility, cool stuffs.
Oh boy. Got 30 minutes left. Excuse me.
Alright, colors are coming out here. Make sure you're on the proper side. Here are the mines. First will be Sam on purple, then Pine on triangle. Then it will be Vigrim on X. And then Aster on skull. And then here are beams so we can move the boss. And then we're swapping sides. We're going between star and circle. Blue, make sure you're rotating on the outer edge.
Soak square. Soak.
And then beams and rockets here. And then colors will be swapping in like 4 seconds.
I don't know how that rocket didn't hit me.
Switch.
What?
Here are new mines. It has Iggy getting X this time. Okay.
Telling me to soak circle, but there's nothing on circle.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, it was wrong, and it should have been telling you to soak X.
Dang.
It told me to soak circle, Iggy, and I did soak circle. That's why there's no bomb.
You're sounding... You know, the way you said that made it seem like I did something wrong.
Our Hawk sounding a little condescending?
You know, I didn't even mean to soak circle. It's that somebody didn't swap again and all the melee got shuffled and I got knocked into it. But it did ask me to soak circle. But I think it asked me to do things fourth, so it probably is too stupid to know that circle got soaked.
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
Because it doesn't actually, or I doubt it knows
It just
which
knows
ones
that
get popped.
Yeah, it just knows that one bomb got popped. It doesn't know that mine got popped. And then I died, so it gave it to you.
And yeah, once people start dying, it's we can just end it. Once people start dying, though, you can just kind of ignore it for the most part. Especially
Bye,
now,
Aster.
'cause it's not like we're going to be getting the kill.
I don't know. This could be the pull.
You're right, actually.
Jesus.
Everyone pop everything. If we don't kill it here, I'm. Oh,
Ah,
man.
shit. Oh, we were close.
Woo.
We will not be pulling quite yet, by the way. I'm going to be resending the note in a second. So, how was everyone's day?
Terrible. Absolutely
Pretty
horrible.
Glad to hear it.
And do nothing.
I don't know.
Apparently, you're laughing at yourself.
I do that all the time anyway. I'm pretty.
Honestly, you know, that's one of the things you want in life. The ability to be able to laugh at yourself. It shows great strength of character. At least that's what my mom says.
Makes sense. I'll go with it. I'll write it down.
Oh, I still have my fortune cookie. 1 second, guys.
Does it say we're gonna kill
Do you eat the cookie first and then read it?
You have to, otherwise the fortune won't come true. Because that's certainly the thing.
I've seen a lot of barbarians just open them and don't even eat the cookie.
Yeah, that's messed up.
I don't eat the cookie.
I like the cookie. It's pretty good. I like eating cardboard too, but you know.
The cookie's so weird. Because, like, it's objectively bad, but for some reason it makes it work.
Pink, go away.
Okay, I resent the note. On tanks.
Oh dear, that's me.
Oh, yeah. And Hub Jump beat me to the punch
Here are the
again.
colors. Make sure you're on the proper side. Which for some of you might be the right side. Here are the mines. First it will be Sam on diamond, and then it'll be pine on triangle. And then after triangle, it'll be Aster on X.
Ooh. Nice. Who did it? Who did it?
Alright, good news.
Alright, are you guys ready for the fortune? A thrilling time is in your immediate future.
Oh,
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
It sure was.
That's incredible.
Oh, boy.
Alright,
You
good
want to push
news.
people around like that's pretty thrilling.
Fury is tanky enough that you guys can detonate 2 bombs at once and we'll survive.
Yeah, why don't you guys just use your cheat death ability?
Yeah.
I have
I'll
one
just meta mean it.
30 minutes.
I just believe in love and that gets me through.
Love is all you need.
I will survive. There's a cat on my desk.
I was also cheesing Premonition off of Hawk, which is why I look really cool on the meters right now.
Yeah, I
It's
noticed
not
I have
that ability is not even on the global cooldown.
Everyone's ready on tanks.
Whew, shiver. Aha, I win this time.
Alright, here are colors. Remember, blue is on left, red is on right.
Oh god, no!
Alright, some shenanigans are afoot.
Hey, red, Aster, you're on the wrong
So
damn
triangle.
Well, am I? I was on the correct side.
Lou was having a
Apparently I'm not.
great.
You
Lou was having a
needed to
great
be on
time.
port.
Wait, he was on port. He needed to
You
be
needed
on.
to be on
Sailor.
starboard.
Yeah.
I'm not on the side.
Aggi's not a sailor either. He just wants to be.
You said wheeze.
Listen, you know that starboard is on the right side because it has an R in it.
Yeah, port definitely doesn't have an R in it.
I thought it was
larboard.
longer word.
Larboard.
Port has the same number of letters as left.
Oh,
Ooh, big tech.
there we go. Baldwin's been on a boat before.
That I have.
See, I learned the lights for aviation, like left is always red, because red is a smaller word, so left is a smaller word, so they're always together. Same for those two.
Wait,
what?
What?
Red's a smaller word than green,
But
so red is always with left, the smaller word.
Naval commanders were the first raid leaders.
Mechanic. Mechanic.
Yeah, red in this context is right. In aviation, it's left.
Yeah.
But in our context, it is right. So don't get it confused.
All right, odds right, evens left. Let's go.
Yep.
Oh boy.
I think we should just delete all the weak auras, get a little ready for Blizzard to do it.
You know, I agree with Spess. Why am I listening to Bell?
Yeah, honestly, valid. What do I know? And if we can't kill it like that, we should just complain to Blizzard until they nerf it.
Yeah.
First will be Sam on Diamond, and then Pine on Triangle, and then it will be Creek on X, and then it'll be Aster on Skull. And then beams are going to be coming out here, so watch your feet. And then as we move over between star and circle, blue, make sure you stay on the outer edge.
Soak square.
Come on. Come on. Alright, there we go. Fucking buff.
Now it'll be
Soak.
circle on square, and then last will be Iggy on moon. And then beams will be coming with rockets here. And then colors will be getting swapped here in a second.
Same.
So you might need to switch sides.
Namesies.
Alright, first will be Hub Jump on X. And then it will be Saurian on Skull. And then it'll be Hawk on Circle. And then last will be Spess on Star.
Well, we made it to a new mechanic of the magnet pull.
I like Zix's details name.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, what a name. What a
That's-
name.
Okay. I had to verify that one wasn't you because
Yeah, we made it to a whole
I'm gonna
percent
stop the
higher.
sentence where it was that.
I'm not that clever.
Okay, I'm glad that's where you went with it.
Oh boy. I don't wanna.
There's a hammer down if anyone needs to repair.
Oh.
Oh yeah? You wrote me daddy?
Honestly, Steven, you should. I had some. I mean, it wasn't like real Chinese food. It was just Panda Express. But it was pretty good. Alright, everyone's ready? On tanks.
Okay.
Alright, here we go. Here are colors. Make sure you're on the proper side. Fun fact, you can only see like your color and then the everyone else with the other color, but you can't see your friends the same colors circle.
Correct.
Well, that makes sense, because
I hope people have noticed that by now.
You've moved.
Blue, make sure we're on the outer edge as we're rotating over here.
Soak moon. Soak.
Alright, here's the color swap.
Switch.
Switchity switching.
No!
Who the hell did that?
Somebody didn't switch.
Reported.
Find fun ways to die. Alright, good for countdown.
Boop, 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 boop. Charge!
Alright, here are the colors.
Red. Are you?
Oh no, what is that?
What the fuck?
I got knocked into red somehow, and then I knocked a bunch of red away.
That mechanic's pretty fun, I'm not gonna lie.
It's really entertaining at the start, but later on in the fight, it's
Oh, can we call it quits for the night? That'd be nice. Ba, 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 da, bum. I have to look at what Zik does and see. Break that. That's crazy. Infernal bolt. Blah.
honestly, with it being so late in the raid night, and since there's only 8 minutes left, we're probably not gonna learn anything, so we can just call it there.
Oh! What a call. What a call.
But great job on sticks tonight, everyone.
Hell yeah.
Potentially took us a little longer than it should have, but the important thing is he's dead, and we're not.
Woo! We killed one boss.
Progress.
Killed
Yeah.
one boss. Holy moly. This is going to be an interesting boss, though, that's for sure. Oh, alrighty, guys. That... Did I leave Discord? I think so. That's going to be it for tonight. Tomorrow we have the Scarlet Enclave in Season of Discovery, so that'll be fun. It'll also be a fresh run, too, so be able to see all the fights and get into them and hopefully beat them all and do some mad damage. Anyways, that is it for tonight. Thank you very much for all the subs, gifts, cheers, follows, whether you lurked, watched, or chatted, watched from YouTube, watching the VOD, join the YouTube membership, whatever you did. Thank you very much. Really appreciate all of it. Have a great rest of your night or day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Laters!